Greetings in the name of the Most High Yahuwah and his Son, Yahusha, to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. I am Brother Hiram, and I am bringing to you a teaching series which I have entitled Put Away versus Divorce. Put Away versus Divorce. Now you notice I have a question mark at the end of this title, and there's a specific reason for that. And so I am questioning the idea of putting away being something that is opposite of divorce, something that is mutually exclusive of divorce, as if it's two concepts that are being pitted against one another. In other words, the idea that putting away cannot ever mean divorce. It can only mean putting away without a divorce certificate. Now, if you are not familiar with this issue, then what I just said to you will make more sense to you as we get further into this lesson. So this is just an intro. This is where I am going to explain to you what we're about to get into in this teaching series. So it is an introduction to the put away versus divorce teaching. So why am I bringing this to you? This is a relatively new teaching regarding divorce and remarriage. The traditional debate is between those who believe in marriage permanence and those who believe in at least one exception for divorce and remarriage. Because this teaching introduces concepts that are unfamiliar to many viewers, there is a great need to slow down and learn how to ask the right questions. The consequences of being wrong in this matter are severe. And brothers and sisters, I cannot stress this enough. This is deadly serious. Because as we get into this, what you will see is this teaching is claiming that when Yahusha spoke concerning divorce and remarriage multiple times, when he used the term putting away, he did not mean putting away as the final step of divorce, but he only meant putting away without a divorce certificate. And so what that does, in effect, it takes the teeth out of Yahusha's teaching regarding divorce and remarriage, and it actually justifies a lot of people that are currently in a divorce and remarriage situation. And so if you are a proponent of the put away versus divorce doctrine, and if you are wrong, then there are a lot of people who could be warned to turn from their sin, to repent from their sin, so that they can be saved. And they end up being told that they're okay. They end up being lied to, and they end up losing their soul. This teaching is built upon 3 pillars. Number 1, there was a quote-unquote problem in Yahusha's day with men sending their wives out of their houses without a divorce certificate. Number 2, this was the problem that Yahusha was addressing in his teaching on divorce and remarriage. Therefore, when he spoke of putting away, he only meant putting away a wife without a divorce certificate. And number 3, Yahusha could not have meant divorce when he spoke of putting away, because that would have put him in conflict with Torah. So these are the 3 pillars that this put away versus divorce doctrine are built upon. And what we are going to do in this teaching series is that we are going to examine all 3 of these pillars. We're going to prove all things, holding fast that which is good. And we're going to see. We're going to see if this is true or if this is false. What I am going to cover. I'm going to cover historical context. I'm also going to cover usage versus definition. I'm going to cover the words of Yahusha in context, and I'm going to answer the question, if Yahusha meant divorce when he spoke of putting away, did that put him in conflict with the Torah? Challenge questions. I am going to be posing challenge questions at the end of each of the parts of this lesson and at the end of the parts of the other related lessons that I am going to do. Now, the purpose of these challenge questions is to steer the engagement on this issue in a meaningful direction. We're told in Sirach to understand first, then rebuke. So, answering the challenge questions demonstrates a willingness to understand first before giving rebuke, reproof, or correction. So, if you want to engage with me on this subject, then you will have to answer my challenge questions at the end of each of these parts. You'll have to go through these videos and you will have to answer my challenge questions. And once I see that you've done that, then I will engage with you further on this matter. And see, this makes for better use of our precious time. My time is precious to me, very precious. And I know that some of you, your time is precious to you as well. Now, me personally, I am a business owner, and I am a husband. I am a father of 8 children, 5 of whom are still living with me. And so my time is very precious. I don't have time to fuss and fight and waste time with people that will not at least hear what I have to say and answer my challenge questions. And so this is something that I'm putting in place to be beneficial, not just to me, but to you as well, because we don't have time to waste. So now, on to part 1.